Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to parse and render subtitle for your video or movie or your audio, the layers for your audio, using a very amazing library of my own creation, subtitles.js. You're gonna find the link down there, down the video, to the GitHub page. You can just clone it and use it. It's really wonderful. So I'm going to explain what does this library do. So let's say you're going to create a media player and you want just to parse a subtitle file and you want to render subtitles with your own way, your custom way. You want to display it, you want to style it, and so on. So this library allows you to do all of that. It also allows you to export. That's mean you can create within it some subtitles files. So I'm going to show you how to use it. So we have over here a canvas element, and I already made the code because it takes some time. So I simply create a div element over here. I set autoplay to false. I bring the file source or the path to this video element, which is over here. It's a silent voice, a Japanese animation movie. I really, advise to watch. It's really wonderful. Yes, and before that, we had defined the canvas element. You need to have a bit of knowledge about how to use the context 2D renderer and how to render to canvas element and so on. Just a bit of knowledge, it's not really complex. You just do something like you bring the canvas first, then you do canvas.getContext 2D. So for people who doesn't understand what query selector here does mean, so query selector is you can just create your own query selector function. So you do something like that. Yeah, you pass here a class. Sorry, that's what we do. So it simply does something like it's a keyword, so it's not accepted. So it does something like document dot get element or elements by class name. You pass this class and you just select the first item simply. So that's the query selector, basically how it is inside. That's it. It's like get elements, except it returns one element, the first element in the matched selectors. And differently, it works by. It's a little bit complex as it's not just canvas. I mean, it doesn't take only tag's name. It takes ID by giving the hashtag, point for class, and so on. Alright, I just want you to understand what's going on. Then we did the get context 2D. That's the main function to retrieve the context. So what's the context? Simply it's a bunch of utilities to allows you to draw to the canvas. There's 4 contexts. There's 2D for simple 2D drawing. You have bitmap renderer, which is really very rare to use. We have WebGL and WebGL2. They're used to render 3D stuffs. They're basically really complex. You need to understand some stuffs like GLSL, a lot of stuffs. So what we did next, we have add some control. So window on key down. Whenever I click on a key, I'm gonna check. So if the key is space, so space basically. When I say e.key, it basically gives me the value returned by the key. Once you click on a space, the value returned is a space, something like that. Yeah. So if I click on the space, simply I'm going to toggle between playing and pausing the video. So if it's paused, I'm gonna play it. Otherwise, I'm gonna pause it. Here's a video element I already created. I already associate the files over here and so on. Then more control. So once I click on the right arrow, I'm gonna skip sometimes, and here skip back sometime. We made in XML HTTP request. So because we need to bring the file over here, and so if I just did something like bring the path and write it over here, I'm gonna have the course error if you know about it. So I'm gonna show you just a bit how it works. So I'm gonna paste this here. I am going to the file. Yep, here we go. So the file, I'm sorry. Yeah. So here's the file. Here is it. I'm sorry, I open it basically. I'm not trying to open it. I'm just trying to bring the path. So if I just paste that here, add those stuffs, I bring the name from here. So rename, select all, copy. You add these. Yeah, something like that. So if I run this in the browser, it's gonna give me an error, which is a course error or course origin. You know that the browser he can't just bring a file that is out of your domain. My domain is file over here. It's just gonna give me an error. You can just Google this course. Here it is. XML. It's by course policy. You can just cross origin requests are only supported for protocol schemes, HTTP and so on. It's just an error. So what I've done, a trick you can use. So since you need a GitHub account, GitHub's really wonderful as it allows you to create and upload free stuffs for free. I mean anything on it. So what I've done, I just bring this file, upload it in GitHub, and then I go something like that. Here's a file, I upload it in GitHub. Then what I've done, I click on raw over here, so just give me the raw path to it, and then I copy this path and simply I put it right here. Now it works since we're working with HTTP. If I reload, I'm not going to get any errors by now. See, and I'm getting the file. So what I've done in this XML HTTP request, I just bring the file, the SRT file over here after I upload it on GitHub. And then I make a loop in which each time I'm gonna render the video over here. So what you do, you clear the canvas each frame and you draw the video using the CDX draw image. It's a function that simply takes as the first parameter an HTML image element, SVG image element, another canvas or video element. Then two required parameters, which is the X and the Y from which to start drawing the image. This is simply, if I reload, I click space, it's simply going to render the movie for me. If I click space again, yeah, it's gonna pause. Now the next thing, I'm gonna show you how to use the subtitle. So what I'm gonna do is something like let's just keep it subtitle, so it's something like subtitle. Alright, yeah, like that. And now what you do, you have a very important method to use, so which is setup. You need to set up the subtitle to render to certain canvas. So what you do something like set up today is a function. You pass two steps, the canvas element or the context, and the video element, which is playing the video, and from within it we are rendering to the canvas. You do this function at the very beginning after you define the video and the canvas element. The second thing to do, you need to go to the loop over here, and under beneath drawing or rendering the video, you do something, the main function which draw the subtitles, which is update, sub.update. Now how to parse a file or to add a file to the save it. So what does the subtitle files? It parse a file for you and it render it and it save it locally. So what you do, after I get the file over here through the XML HTTP request, Yep, I'm gonna now use the text I get from this from the subtitle file, and I'm gonna add it to the subtitle. So simply you have a function called add. It accepts a couple of parameters. The first thing is the text itself, the text content. So it's like xhr dot response text. Here it is. The second thing, well, let's check the library. Here it is. So actually the first thing is the title, sorry. So what's the title? It's like identification for this file, so you can use it later, remove it, you can just control it later on. So you can just give him a very simple identifications like subtitle for now, then the text, then the third thing is the extension of the file, like that. Here it is. It's so important to determine how to parse this file. So simply the file over here extension is srt, so we're gonna just pass srt. You can get the extension by the node library path dot xname. Yeah, it's a function provided by the path library in Node.js. And then an optional parameter is the video or the movie to use the subtitle with. We're just not gonna pass it. So now the other function to do is to use now we need to use this subtitles we add. So we just do use and the key we provide over here. Now we're gonna get the library working very good. So here we go. If I click space, we're gonna see. Here it is. Here's what I'm talking about. The English word over here. That's the subtitle. See? Look, without subtitles, without adding, using it, it's gonna look like that. I didn't show you the video. Oh. Yeah, it changes. So I'm just going to reload. Yeah, basically that happens. Yeah, I'm going back over here to row again. Yeah, I don't know why is that. I didn't Google it for now. It just changed, the path, it changed from time to another. So you need just to refresh it and so on. You do all of these stuff. I'm gonna reload again. So here's the video without. See, there is no subtitles, there is no English words over here. With subtitles, as you clearly saw, it just, add the subtitles for you. And that's it. I can just pass a lot of time. Here it is. The English subtitles. So that's it. And by the library also you can design the subtitles. You can change almost everything: the color, the shadows, the position, like vertically, horizontally, the alignment, everything, everything. You can also control the offsetting or to synchronize the subtitles with the video if it's not synchronized. You can also control the subtitle speed. You have a function like set speed. You have a lot of function you can do. You can also export by the function export. You can just export the subtitle to a couple of file formats, and that's it, guys. That's what I wanted to show you in this video, how to use the subtitle.js. As I told you, I'm gonna provide the link down there for you, and goodbye.